So let me ask you a question directly, and that is, what are you guys crushing it right now? What are you doing that you're just crushing it? You want to tell us about?
Man, as unsexy as it sounds, if I boiled everything down to what we do really exceptionally, extraordinarily well, we focus on the absolute basics. We focus on we've got 75% of our company right now every day tracking number of contacts made. As basic as that sounds, or and now some of them, there's 310 people in our organization today. So some, their goal is 15 contacts a day, some it's 25, some based on their database or their business, or they just moved to that city, they're having to make 30 and 40 contacts a day. But the one thing that we're doing extraordinarily well is holding it accountable. How many contacts? And then from there, when they're making enough contacts every day, then we can start looking at, okay, great. How's the conversion rate? Are we converting those contacts to contracts? But what we've learned is, especially this year with the market shift, it's right back to numbers. It's right back to how many can we possibly talk to? Like back to a contact sport.
So let me ask you a question. So if my goal is to make contacts, what's the top ways that I can assure myself that I'm going to make contact?
I think there's three things for us. The first is we're extraordinarily heavy in internet lead generation. Like we're constantly going out and buying and looking for more and more and more leads, which are really like suspects. And they might become a lead in 12 months or 24 months or 60 months. But we've been at that game for 11 and 12 years. We're still selling homes from people that registered on a website with us 5 and 6 and 7 years ago. So one, we have that. Two, everybody who joins our group, we spend a lot of time on the front end of saying, how big's your database? And for the majority of them, Gary, it's 200 or 300 people. And so when you're making 70 or 100 or 130 contacts a week, you go through your list pretty fast. And by the time you get to week 3, for the majority, we've got to start building the list. So on one hand, I have the list I brought in. On the other hand, how am I dumping more and more names into it? And I wish that was basic, but it's not. And so it depends on what they do. Do they go to church? Are they involved in schools? Are they involved in sports in their school? Like, what do they do that they could possibly meet more people? They can't just go to Starbucks every day.
What are the big? No. Well, you can, but it's what are the handful of ways to make more contacts?
We have 2 or 3. The first would be open houses. Every one of our people are out. We're back to sitting open houses. In fact, like this year, that's how I knew the market was shifting. I drove by 2 open house signs on the same Saturday with balloons up. And I'm like, uh-oh, the market shifted. We're back to holding them and buying balloons. So we're right back to open houses, which is averaging 6 to 10 contacts on a Saturday or a Sunday. And then the second is building out that list of everybody you know and making sure, how many of these people did I not put in the database? And for most of them that come in, they start at 250 or 300, but we always find 200 more, almost doubling their database from day 1 or day 2 with people that should be in that aren't. The third one is some type of geographic or sociographic farming, something they're either a part of or they enjoy doing, or an area that they want to sell in. The challenge on geographic is most of us choose geographic farms that are 2 and 3% turnover rates when really we want 8 and 10 and 12% turnover rates.
So number one, I got to make contacts, right? I have internet leads. I need to contact my database, and then I need to find ways to add contacts to my database, right?
Right.
I need to open house, contact people I already know, do some sort of geographic or sociographic farming. Is that it?
Something you like, something. And on top of all of that, it's really about like the 3-foot rule. If someone's within 3 feet of you, as basic and as silly as this sounds, you've got to find creative ways to mention that you're in real estate, whether that's in line at the grocery store, whether that's, I remember when we're going back to the old stuff, like walking into a bank to deposit a check instead of electronic deposit, because your job is to talk to the humans. Your job is to talk to the people. And I remember, actually, my first sales manager said, why would you ever mail your electric bill? You should go in and pay it and talk to the person at the counter. Now, I don't know that that's 100% applicable today, but the mindset and theory around it is. I've got to talk to the people.
Yeah, find a way, find a reason to talk to a minimum number of people.
Right.